Hello everybody, welcome to my channel again. My name is Young Bogarts, and today I wanted to do something about a topic that is a question that is asked frequently on Facebook and rawhide braiders groups and such, and it's also always the same question. It is, what are good books to start learning from? Well, books are always a good reference, but if you want to learn how to make rawhide or rawhide gear, then it's very important that you got somebody that you can go uh, to get a feel for the rawhide, to learn how the moisture content needs to be in your string to be ideally for braiding. Now, for pretty much every braider, it's a little bit different. Some work a little wetter, some work a little drier, and what have you. But it'll help you find your own optimal moisture content in your string. Now, another way of doing that is, for example, to come join us at the Rawhiders Gathering. Now, if we're going to the books, I got some books down here in my shop. I got several more upstairs. But here's the books that I really want to tell you about. Well, first off, this one, the Encyclopedia of Rawhide and Leather Braiding by Bruce Grant. It's kind of like our Bible. It's a reference work that pretty much every braider uses and refers to a lot. And there's a lot of buttons in there and braids and appliques and what have you. Now, this book is actually two books merged together. And, oh, by the way, that one is already my third version. I go, they last about 10, 12 years and then they start to fall apart. But it is what it is. But this is the first book that Bruce Grant wrote. It's just called Leather Braiding, and this also is, I think, my second or my third book from it. And this is from 1950. And then in 1953, he made the second book, How to Make Cowboy Horse Gear by Bruce Grant. So you don't need to buy these if you buy the encyclopedia, because there's a couple of things in this one that are not here, but it's just a couple of pictures and a couple of pages. As a matter of fact, here is more content than in these two books put together. Now, Bruce Grant is not the easiest to learn from, and a lot of braiders will tell you that. So, and I only got one down here, but the books that are written under the name Tom Hall, which is actually an alias, a writer's alias for Mike Hickey, our Rawhide Gathering's own nut detective. Great books. This one is about the Turk set that I got down here in the shop, but he's got several books, and each and every one of them are great. As a matter of fact, if you're really interested in learning new knots and what have you, go to Mike's YouTube channel. And I think it's called Tom Hall Braiding. But if you, in your search engine of YouTube, type in Mike Hickey, you'll find a way to his channel. Another guy that I got to know personally, and turns out I had all four books laying down here and not above, is our friend Enrique Capone. He's got four of them, and I think this one is the first one. Great book. And where Mike or Tom Hall has step-by-step instructions on drawings. As you can see, Enrique has everything done in pictures, real easy to follow. You got 1, this is 3, very good book. This is 2, and 4, the latest one. And very good description. All these braids and buttons and what have you in there. Everything is very good pictures and very easy to follow. Mike has a book on projects on cowboy horse gear. That's also very good. Once you get all these braids and knots down a little bit and you got a good foundation for yourself and you want to make a project, that is also a good book. But Gail Howe wrote a couple of books. One is on braiding in general. She's got one on bosal, and I think she got one on row reins. It's also all done with drawings. Pretty easy to follow. Again, a good book in my opinion. Well, all 3 are. And then we got Robert L Woolery. Actually, this is the 2nd edition of this one, of the original one. But there's a couple extra things in there, and it's got color photographs in there and drawings. In the 2nd edition, this is all black and white. And he also goes into, you know, making reins and bosal and hobbles and what have you. And then I got this as a photocopy for those who speak Spanish. And if you don't speak Spanish, you can just follow the drawings in there. It's called Trenzas Gauchos by Mario Lopez Osornio, and I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it right, but you can find a lot of stuff in there. And then, of course, we got the videos. And the Rawhiders Gathering has got, I think, 4 or 5 videos that I got here. They are all shot at the annual Rawhiders Gathering in Decatur, Texas. There's some are, you know, have more content than other, but it goes from, you know, preparing hides to different ways of preparing string to different projects, different buttons, and what have you. To me, the series of the Rawhiders Gathering is a must-have for every braider. And every time I look at it, even though I was there in person, something else pops out that makes you think and makes you try things. What else have I got here? This one is one by Brian Newbert, the Cowboys Craft, an instructional video on make your own traditional cowboy gear. Brian's got 2 of them, and I like both of them. These are older sometimes, and it's still a VHS. Sometimes the quality is not all that good, but that says more about my equipment than about the video. And then one that is really a must-have. Yeah, one that is really a must-have is the legend himself, Bill Doran's. I think Bill was the first old-timer that wasn't afraid of sharing his secrets or his tricks. And they're making a riata, you know, from the hide all the way to a finished riata. There's a lot of good stories in there, but there's a lot to be learned from this video too. So anyway, that's about it. What I got down here in the shop. If you like what we're doing, subscribe. If you like the video, hit the like button. And I'll see y'all for our next episode.